Hi, I'm Natalie MacLean, and I'm talking with Blass of Blass Wines Australia today. He launched an iconic set of wines in the Canadian market. He's here to share some very interesting and colorful stories with us, so enjoy the chat. So Wolf, tell me about your first experience tasting wine, the first time you tried wine.
Gee, that's going back a long time, but I was a youngster, probably 10, 11 years of age. My parents had a big party and drinking wine from the River Moselle, and I just snooped around and had a look at the wine and tried to taste it, and it was absolutely sour from my point of view. And I almost said, I never will touch this type of product in my life.
Let's go back to some of the interesting things that I think I've heard that you've done for marketing your wine. I think you were at a baseball game or a football game. What were you doing there?
Yeah, I think, you know, what I did was probably very unorthodox by making sure that the commentator kept, or on the camera, sort of speaking, had the focus on our advertising sign, on ovals, on race courses, wherever we advertised, and he moved the camera in such a direction, not necessarily where the ball was or where the horse was, and I have then supplemented him with a case of our Wolf Blass wines, and that's been working quite successful.
The first stealth guerrilla marketing. Every time they focused the camera on your sign at the event, there was good wine for them.
Yes, I think smart. The same thing is I did some probably stupid things that I get called out my name at airports nationally, and please report to the Avis rent a car, and 3 or 4 times, despite the fact that I was actually there, but it was always make sure that my name got rolled over as much as possible.
So they're announcing Wolf Blass, please go to Avis, while people are in the duty-free shop looking at wines.
Yeah, something of this nature. Of course, these things don't work anymore now, but I mean, they have been working for 20, 25 years.
Wow, great. Let's talk about wines that you'd recommend. What wine would you recommend for the best day of your life? You want to celebrate, what wine would you suggest?
Oh, it depends entirely whom you're inviting. That's the first thing. Is it old people or young people? Is it happy or miserable people? If you have got a mixture of people, I think the recommendation is what type of a food do you eat? Are you going to be in a restaurant, or are you going to do cooking at home? Or in my case, you know, I prefer barbecue, which is a very, very open affair in Australia. So now I would think, you know, I like to open the best vintage red wines available. And if it's a big crowd, then I'm going to have big magnums or even big champagne bottles on the imperial side. So we're going to make sure that we're not running out of the liquid, but it has to be the best at the time, and you're going to have friends.
Absolutely. And would there be a difference between if the group was sad young people versus happy old people?
Yeah, what I usually have done, if it's sad people, I don't invite them in the first place.
Very good. That's a good strategy. Don't waste your wine on sad people. If you're going to a very snooty, very stuck-up party, which wine are you going to bring?
I mean, you have to be a little bit crazy about these things. You never go wrong if you're going to bring champagne along. It's always something what you call a flirtatious start for the party, because the first impression is the best. And whatever's going to happen after, this is a different issue. So yes, a nice bottle of our gold label Wolf Blass Chardonnay Pinot Noir, in the big form if you can.
The magnum size.
Magnum size, yeah. And bang, off goes the party.